Another beautiful day. Do you hear the birds are chirping? They are happy. They are out looking for worms. And I say birds don't eat all our worms because we need it for the ground. I think we'll steal Cooper's truck this morning. Looks like he needs to clean his truck. Wow. But I'm going to take Cooper's truck for a little bit this morning. We got to head over to Cole's, put that new windshield in the skid loader. And I got a cremation grave to go off to do this morning. And I think Cole's going to try to do some spraying on some corn. And I'm trying to think I better bring a vacuum cleaner over to clean out the inside of the skid loader because it's got a lot of glass and stuff in it. So let's see if we can find a vacuum cleaner. Might be one there we can take over. Works for me, works for me. Just noticed on this trailer, well, I didn't notice it. I noticed it for a long time. But take a look at this. Between the track and the trailer, not much room there. It always makes it a little bit, if it happens to be slippery out or a little snow, it don't give you any sliding room, that's for sure. Hey there, new window. I got to put the, God, they need to make them bulletproof. Bulletproof. We got to put the windshield wiper Cosmozo on there yet. Got to open the window a little bit. This cab is so tight, if you don't open it, if you don't open the window and then close the door, you'll pop your ears or the door won't shut because of the suction in here. This little thing right here, this has to be down to let the machine go, otherwise it won't move. Turn the old key. Whoa, we gotta turn off the radio. Whoa. Without this armrest down, you have to push this button to undo the emergency brake. Well, it won't go off. You can pull the controls, whatever, it will not go. But if you take this armrest here, put this one down, then you can go up to the button. Emergency brake comes off. Just take our time, be careful so we don't tip off the trailer. First time you unload this thing, you feel it tip back. You think it's gonna go over. Your heart just goes back to your lungs and your lungs wrap around your heart. But as long as you're going easy, I don't think it will tip over. Yeah! All right, let's go get that grave dug, guys. Kind of always like to rake up around. This is going to be a private service, so it sounds like just a small funeral, but you still, don't matter if it's one person here, no people here, 100 people here, 200 people here, you still want to make things look nice. This is one of our more active cemeteries. It's a pretty good sized cemetery. Goes way down there a long ways. It's just a very, very nice cemetery, and then it goes up and over the hill all the way to them far trees. Sometimes I sit here and look at some of these areas like, how did we even get in there to dig? But somehow, some of the new areas I'm starting to worry about. We do have to have some meetings with some of our board members pretty soon. We're getting some areas, we are getting so squished in, we just can't get in there to dig. And I think as new burials or new graves get sold and new stones get put up, we're gonna have some areas, I just don't know how we're going to get in there. This is what I'm talking about in the new part of the cemetery. Right now, there's 9 feet from the edge of here to about here. A full-size grave, a vault, is 8 foot long. That only gives me 6 inches on each side, or if we push it all the way against there, it gives me a foot on that side. The issue is, when the vault people come to set up the tent and everything, they need some room to set their plywood or their planks up on each end to put their setup that will hold the vault and everything on. So now they have no room. The problem I'm going to run into as more stones get sold in here, where am I going to park? Like if there's a stone over that side, I'm not going to get my backhoe in here. And then if I try to park this way and dig over, I can't dig over this stone here and get down there and pull up. Pretty good chance I'm going to hit that thing. No doubt I will hit that. But the problem is where we get the big dilemma, wintertime, ground's froze. We've had it before where it's froze 4 or 5 feet deep. We got our grave digging machine. It's 12 foot long and it digs an 8-foot hole, but it's 12 foot long. I cannot get in here. I need room to be able to drive that thing up and over the hole to get it out of here. So we need 22, 24 feet probably between stones to make it really nice for us. It's something we got to get addressed, and we've talked to the board members. I think we're going to try to get something figured out here. But before we start selling a whole bunch more stones in here, we're going to be opening ourselves up for a can of worms. And when it comes winter time and everything's slippery and stuff, I honestly don't know. Driving down the road and I see this lady, it looks like she's picking up garbage. Are you out walking?
Somebody lost their tape measure.
Oh wow. You know, you do learn a lot of things about when you're filming and stuff. And I was never good at taking pictures when I was younger. Take a picture and you're like, well, like you can really see the dot in the mud there, but it's kind of with the camera here too. I get in the right spot, the light behind me takes away, but what I'm doing is the front window on the skid loader got broke. Forgot to film it. I got to get used to picking this camera up more. I got to just remember the camera is my life. You guys are my family and I need to do better. What was I thinking? But anyhow, I'm inside the cab right now. There was glass all over the seat. Hey, everything else really wasn't over that bad, but it needed a real good cleaning anyhow. So we are taking time to say hi to Ellie. How you doing, Ellie? I have a feeling Ellie found something dead and decided to roll in it and roll in it and roll in it some more. She stinks. Just no getting around it. And if you look at her fur, there's like, it's all crispy, like some dead animal is just stuck to her, like in her neck here. She reeks. She absolutely reeks. So something dead is all over this little dog. So it depends if Ellie goes home tonight. If she's here at our house, she gets in the shower with me in the basement. She just walks in the shower. I pick her up, give her a good soapy bath. So if I have to do that tonight, if she's here, but I have a feeling she'll go home tonight. Your fur stinks. But anyhow, let's get back to cleaning the skid loader. I'm gonna blow out the little fan and stuff. And like I said, it needed a good cleaning anyhow. If I'm gonna make a mess, I might as well make a mess. We'll just suck the dust in like a big vacuum cleaner. There's a little bit more dirt in there than I thought, but now we're going to let it settle for a minute. Something about a piece of equipment, when you keep the inside looking nice and clean, when other people or we get in it, it makes you feel like taking care of the piece of equipment. But if it starts just looking like a giant mess, then it becomes, why take care of it? Well, here comes Cole. He's out doing some playing around with some high management spraying, I guess. There he goes. There you can see the spray. If you focus in real good, you can see it now. Woo, that stuff stinks. Boy, that's putting it out nice. These beans are 30-inch rows, and I tell you what, things are looking overall, I think, very nice in the beans. You can see the haze tonight coming in, but 30-inch rows, meaning from here to the middle of that row is 30 inches, and they're just about closed in. It always makes you feel good when the beans are starting to close in or getting real close. One more nice rain, I think they're talking one in a day or so coming in. Get these beans closed in, then it kind of helps shade in, so prevent new weeds coming or seeing the sun. What Cole's gonna do right now, he's got about 50 gallons in there. He wants to go ahead and spray that off quick. That way when he starts filling up, we already got the mix mate. It's all set up for 960 gallons, I think. And that way he don't mess up what he's putting in the sprayer or overfill it. So what I'm doing right now, some of the stuff that we're using, this stuff almost looks like copper, but we're stirring it up with the air hose. When you go by on the roads and sometimes you see trailers pulled over the side of the road and they're waiting for the sprayer to come back like I'm doing right now, you might think, boy, that's a boring job. Who'd want to do that? Might be a little boring, but it's very important because when we can keep the sprayer going, they pull up here, hook up quick. That's one thing we like about the mix mate. Chemical stuff here, we can like fill up. I think Cole said last time, from the time he hooked up the hose, unhooked the hose, got in the sprayer 7.5 minutes. And the one stuff he's putting in takes 67 gallons in a batch that pumps through the mix mate, and everything's just right on the iPad. Sucks it out, mixes it. I'm kind of standing up high right now, so we don't want to fall. We got to be very, very careful up here. Whoa, let's not be knocking things off there, buddy. Oh, we're gonna try to whack me off the top of the tank, are we? I'll just grab hold of the bar and I'll hold on to it. Look at that, I can hold it from coming any closer now. Back up, back up.